Hello, welcome welcome back to Lena My Name, Luna the Moon, Lena Luna's Tarot channel. And today we are reading for Lily again. And this time it's a love reading, and we're going to look into her future husband, her marriage, and just like whatever the moon has to say about her love life. And with that being said, I'm going to disclaim now that I am not a professional reader. I do this as a hobby, and so please just be nice and take what resonates and leave the rest. I do consider tarot card spiritual things aside. It is an opportunity for you to connect to your subconscious and inner self. So please just let whatever feelings and thoughts arise and embrace them and just like acknowledge them. And also please do consider to comment, like, and or subscribe. Tell me what you think about the reading and communicate to me about what you think of the reading, basically. Like, well, you reached out to me on Twitter, so you can do that through that platform. And also I do post personal readings from Monday to Saturday and pick a card readings on Sunday, so please do keep that in mind if you're interested in that. And that's about it. Let's get into the reading. So let's see. Okay, so your card about your future husband is the 5 of Wands in reverse. So the number 5 talks about conflict, loss, and or chaos, and the suit of Wands talks about will, passion, drive, project, and career. And this card is a fire card, and since we are specifically dealing with a person question, so this person may be a fire sign, meaning that they are in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So since we are talking, like, since one of your question was about like this person's occupation, and the number 5 do specifically talks about like conflict, loss, and or chaos, I think that like what comes to mind about like fighting is like lawyer, so maybe perhaps there are lawyers. And like this card, you can also see that like it's like war, and like it's this knight looking guy, so possibly they are, I feel like it's possible that they are a lawyer, or they're just someone who fights on the front line for some kind of things. Like maybe, I don't even know what fights on the front line, but just maybe something about fighting or negotiation and things like that. But what first comes to mind is lawyer. But in terms of personality, if we're just looking at this card, because if we're taking a look at the armor, then maybe this person has like a really strong guard up for themselves and their emotional selves. So supposedly maybe they may not like open up that easily, or like they are they're quite closed off, or they are very like cautious about letting people in and trusting people. And they are possibly quite like optimistic and prideful, because that's just what I get from the color of the background, like yellow, like probably like, although they are quite okay, maybe not necessarily optimistic, or maybe they are, but I just feel like that doesn't really go in sync with like that line of work. But then, you know what, I guess like sometimes personality doesn't really have to make sense, or like I just think it's a lawyer, but maybe it can be like anything frontline related, you know. And specifically this one is like literally a war, so maybe they are in, I don't know, the Navy. And yeah, like they have possibly even like a bright outlook on the future. And yeah, that's just what I am getting from the visual element. And wait, hold on, and they're like holding quite a lot of wands. And since wands do also talk about like will, passion, and drive, so like I feel like they do have a lot of, either they have a lot of like will and drive, or they do have a lot of passion for their work or their interests. Yeah, that's it from the visual elements. Let's take a look at the divinatory meaning about this person. The fuck? I'm so sad. I'm sorry, I read the number wrong. I'm still learning how to read numbers. This is the 6 of Wands, and the number 6, like 6 of Wands in reverse. The number 6 is like communication and problem solving. You know what? That makes even more sense about what I'm talking about, like lawyers, because that is very closely linked with communication and problem solving. Because I feel like there's a reason why like the first thing that popped up was lawyer, and honestly lawyer linked even better with this thing, because you're literally problem solving. You're fighting cases and technically problem solving through communication. So yeah, still frontline things and stuff like that. And wands, that is not wrong. I'm sorry for that. If that throws you off, I'm so sorry. I can redo another reading if you want to. But still, most of my analysis was from the visual element, so please just take that. And let's... I'm so sorry. Okay. The meaning of this card is victory. This card indicates success and public knowledge of the achievement. Whatever you give your best effort, skills, and dedication to will culminate with pride and accolades. What the fuck is that? I have no idea. Victories rarely occurs in a vacuum. Others are holding up in their wands in unity and to show their participation and support of your effort. The recognition is yours, but you didn't earn it alone. The advice is to be humble and don't expect attention as a given. Show appreciation for those who supported you and continue to stand with you. The reverse means failure, shame, being overlooked, taking credit for someone else's work. Okay. So you might want to take a look at who this person is and what they are really willing to put on the table to achieve their definition of success. Like, let's say if they want to like complete this project and like things like that, like will they discredit other people? Will they like just be mindful about how they actually are as a person, and what like the length that they're willing to go for their goal, and whether or not you are in line with their vision, whether or not you approve of that. If not, then you may want to basically analyze how this person is before really truly getting involved with him in this secret, contracted thing, which is marriage. And we will talk about that now. Oh, okay. So, your marriage card is 7 of Wands. I'm sure of this because that's right next to that. Right next to 6 of Wands, and that's the next page. So, the number 7 talks about reflection or assessment, and once again, Wands talks about will, passion, drive, project, and or career. And since we're dealing with the same person, and it's also like they're both Wands, it kind of I feel like, what's that word again? Reaffirms that this person is possibly an air, a fire sign. And as I said just now, about what they're willing to put on the table to achieve their goals and things like that, I feel like in terms of your marriage, because it says reflection or assessment, so I guess it's telling you that you should really look deep into this person and assess them, and reflect about your activities with them, assess their behaviors, and things like that, because if this is about your marriage, and if it's, because usually reflection and assessment talks about makes me think of regrets, maybe at that point you might regret this, or at least in this reading, that's what I thought of. So if you don't want to regret your decisions in the marriage, then please do reflect and assess, mainly assess this person, and to see if your vision aligns with theirs, whether or not you approve of their ways of doing things, thinking, and things like that. Because to them, they might be very, as I said, they are passionate about their work. But then the thing is, they might be way too passionate about it, and that they do have will and drive, but it's in a way it's too much that they can do bad things for it, if you get what I mean. So as you can see from this visual element of this card, I'm not sure if there's let me just move this a little so maybe you can, so this is not reflected. Basically, this person is standing alone, and there's all these wands against him, and it kind of looks like weapons. So there's he's fighting this war alone. There's a lot of other people that disagrees with how he is, and he's looking, it's not he's happy or anything, but he just looks determined and kind of have an evil feel of things, especially with how this color behind him is kind of dark, and then there's fire looking thing that's it kind of looks like smoke that's going on beneath this. Feels like there's a lot of history behind him. A lot of things that he has done behind him. That's not necessarily the brightest. It's kind of, I know everyone has their past, but it's more of like, do you want to be the person to stand next to him? And do you agree with it? And are you ready to embrace these flaws and things like that? And because, this reading is only according to the situation right now. So if you can possibly, like, according to these advice, like, reflect, assess, and just, like, be careful of the people that approaches you and things like that, then things may or may not turn out the same way, because things are ever changing, you know, and you already have the advice given to try to avoid these things. So yeah, that's basically it from the visual element. Let's take a look at the divinatory meaning. Defense. Some things are worth protecting. In this situation, something is worth standing up for. Yourself. An idea. Someone else. Whatever is being attacked deserves someone to watch its back. First of all, because the thing has worth. Second, because it is not a fair fight. The attack is either coming from several fronts or it's a combined effort. Standing alone for what is right isn't easy, but it is better than the alternative. The advice is to know what's right in this situation and have the courage to take a stand. So I feel like what the divinatory is telling you is that just this person is fighting this thing alone, or pretty much alone. So recognize a side that you identify with, and if you truly is ready to be together with him, then fight alongside him. I guess that's a vibe that I'm getting. Yeah, okay. That's about it for the tarot cards, and let's take a look at the oracle card. Okay. So the moon is telling you that a new romantic cycle is beginning now, or like soon enough. Give and take could well be the answer to whatever dilemma you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. It's the time to start negotiating, or even renegotiating. When the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning. And if that's the case, the chances are that this will be a healthy and well-balanced connection. In anything you do after pulling this card, do it in pairs if advised, such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is a sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will open up to talking things through. Avoid being selfish. It won't get you anywhere at this time. The attune to the moon is to reach out to someone and let them know you care. Additional meaning for this card is to feel more and think less. Marriage or engagement is on the card. A legal matter will go your way. Pay some attention to your appearances, but don't be all about appearances. And Libra is the sign of love and harmony, negotiation, and relationship. It is harmonious, kind, and luxurious, and always aiming for balance. So when we have the new moon in Libra, or at any time you draw this card, there is a restart possible for anything and everything connected to a partnership, negotiation, appearances, and justice. Remember that Libra is depicted by a set of scales, and this energy wants to bring things back to equilibrium. Okay, this is cool. Because of how they said marriage or engagement is on a card and a legal matter will go your way, I feel like this card is relating to these issues. So just keep a lookout for new romantic cycles, or like new new romantic connections, and just be careful, be mindful, and also be open, like be honest to them. Communication is always the key, and encouraging them in any relationship is always good, because it's always better to know them well. It's always good to know them well before making any rash decisions, especially when it's about a contract that's supposedly for life. Yeah, that's about it for your reading. I hope that it makes sense, it resonates, and you enjoyed it. Please communicate to me about whatever you think of the reading. I do offer personal readings on Sunday till Saturday, but and there may be some additional charges if there's further details or more questions asked, but that can be discussed personally when you do reach out. And I do pick a card readings on Sunday, so please keep a lookout for that if you're interested. And my contact details are listed in the description box below if you're interested in contacting me and things like that. That's about it. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and bye-bye.